And welcome back to Hoff, House of Fun, where it's always fun. I said it before, especially when it's sunny like this. It's brilliant out here. But this one little product today is my son's little chop-Trike. I made a chopper, and then obviously he's only 5, so I've got mine in the background with 2 wheels, bigger wheels, off-roaders. This one's more mini motor engine still. The one in the background's got 160cc Honda GX lump in it, so it does go some. But what we're working on today is the back end. We have the main bar for the shaft for the back end. I made it up out of a solid bar just because I wanted the shaft in the middle to be clean, no thread. The old spacers that I put this together with these bit of the bar, obviously they're not going to be great on a round bar and whatever else, so got a couple of quite thick large spacers and I've just welded them into a bit of bar. It's actually the size that would fit inside these ones, but they are going in the end like so. And there would be the spacings between the frame bars and the swing arm, but also they'll give me a lot of strength. That's why I put these in there, so it's not just the spacing, it's literally its support as well. So I will put this all back together. Well, I will get some grinding done in the inside of the frame. It's cats fighting, if you can hear that. It's annoying, do it all the time, but I will get bit of grinding done, get the paint cleaned off inside of this and get these lined up. I'm gonna get a bar like this, but this one's bent, so not that one. I have more over here in my parts bin. There is one right there. Them cats are so noisy. That looks a lot better. So what I will be doing, instead of possibly damaging my bar when I weld, is at the end of this needs cleaning. Needs a bit of a grind off on the end of that just so it'll slide through, and then this is going to slide through the bar and I'm going to be putting them in either side where they fit, lining it all up so I know where it all sits, and it's great. And then I'll weld it all up and hopefully this back end stiffens up a lot and we can get the rest of it all zipped up and actually find out if this motor works, because so far I've had no luck with it. I think I actually did a rebuild on this one a while ago and just never touched it for a while, so I might have done something wrong there, but we'll have a little revisit at that. But we've got a brake here, calipers here for the rear end, so we'll get that put in at some point. It's just 2 bolts, it goes in like so, and then obviously the cable down in, and it's all there ready for it. So we've got the brake lever up on the handlebars over here. I don't know if you can see that, my light, there we go. And then kill switch and throttle and a bit of reinforcement up the front here just because I didn't want it breaking. I did the same on mine but solid plate, but kind of wish I'd used that. That's kind of cool. This is more of a Mad Max style thing, just like, yeah, square tubing. Kind of love the stuff. Round bar's probably better, but that's what I could get my hands on at the time. Hence why there's random holes and stuff in the framework, and just like, you know, this hole, and there's one over there in this bar, and yeah, them tyres are off small pit bike. But I was trying to slide round on tyres that were like this on a field, and they don't go. They do. I'll be sitting there wheel spinning. It's great fun. So we've got knobblies on the back here, and I do actually have another tyre for the front end of this thing, but it's in the shed. It was originally like a scooter tyre or something, but it close to fits the rim. Stuff needs a little bit modifying, and I can hopefully get it on. I've got my compressor now, so I'm going to see if I can just overcharge an inner tube in there and pop it on the rim. If it blows up, then it's not on the rim anyway, so it would come off easy. But yeah, well, I'll bring you guys back on when I've got this back together a bit more, and we'll see if it will start. Again, it's a bit later in the day now. It's not it's a sunny out. So I basically done what I was going to do. These are all tucked in now, nice and solid. I still need to weld the tops on both sides, but they're in for now. I did have to cut the frame around here so that I could twist it slightly. It was, the whole frame had a right hand lean in it, but I don't know where the twist is in the frame, so I just chose to do it there. Or delete it there, should I say. But the rear brake is on, is linked up, but it's binding, so the screws are loose at the minute, just to give it a bit of play so I can push it about. I was playing around with the boy on it earlier, pushing them up and down the road, just trying to size it up to see what else I'd have to change for it for him. So I've got all that lot on. Obviously the chain needs to be put back on the sprocket and then adjusted on the back, so that should all be sweet. The only other thing is the exhaust is loose at the minute, but I'd need to do work on the engine anyhow, so that is basically the next step for me. Have a little play around with this thing. Such a dinky little old 2-stroke engine, there's sod all to go wrong in them, but I'll get the compression tester out, I'll get some fuel, and I'll see if I can get some life out of her. I might do the exhaust up and just see if I can get her to pop over with a bit of easy start. I know it's got sod oil to it, but it should be alright. I'll give a squirt of 2-stroke down the head and a bit of easy start and see what happens. If she spits over, then she's got some chance of actually running. If not, then she needs to tear down and possibly another rebuild. That's if I rebuilt her in the first place. I can't remember. I think I did. So until then, I'll bring you guys back when it's a bit more on the running side. So, yeah. Sorry, I was just checking stuff out. But, yeah, I'll bring you back on when it's more running and he's going for a trip down the road. Well, I am, because I'll take him up the field for that. I've had a try at starting this thing and nothing. Put easy start on it. Almost fell over then. Yeah, put easy start in there. Nothing. I literally didn't just put easy start in there. I got 2-stroke oil and a little syringe. I put some of that in there first, lubricated the bore, and then I give it a go. Yeah, nothing. Not even a pop. So it's getting late now. Well, I want to go watch a film with the other half, so I will have another look at this thing tomorrow. I mean, it's a bit more. Let me just bung the seat back on for you, because everyone's there pretty much just looking at a frame. There we go. Makes it look a bit better, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. I am going to fill in part of this frame up here, and maybe some in the sides, just to fill up some gaps and that. But obviously I've got to wait to find out what tank I'm going to use, because my chopper over here, sorry guys, I don't know why you can see that, just about. My tank's up underneath, and I've got the black sheet on the top, and my fuel tank comes out the top, so it's easy to fill up. But pit bike can on there, had to shut it up, they're too loud otherwise. My neighbours will complain so bad. But I can't say too much more about these engines, they're loud as well. But yeah, tomorrow I'll have it taken out, strip it down, take it apart, find out what's going on. Could be all sorts of things. Could be rings stuck, although it should still pop slightly. Easy start in there. I've got spark, but I'll clean everything up. Just take it apart, clean it up, see what's going on, and shove it back together again. If I get some life out of it, and it's weak, still almost falling over, I will take this thing. Obviously not this head, I have other ones, but it was in a drawer, I don't even remember where I put them. I have other heads for the Dremel, and I might go to town on that thing and port match the crap out of it, but I don't know. They can be worth it because you can up your power by quite a bit, but it's a lot of work, and I don't want it too fast. My son's riding it, so yeah, we'll take it apart, see if we can get it going. If we can't get it going, I will figure something else out, new engine or something. That is the back end of a little 50cc Honda engine, GXH50. That is on my little man scooter I built a long time ago. That thing does like 36 miles an hour in that frame. That's on a tiny little wheel. These are tiny little wheels. So if all else fails, I'll probably take it out of that, whack it in that, see what happens. But it'd be a nice little pop for him, because I can make that really quiet. It's got a decent little can on it already, but it's all twisted up and made for the scooter, so we'll have to see what happens. And yeah, I'll probably be back with you tomorrow, guys, when it's nice and sunny. I'm hoping by daylight at least, so you guys can see a bit more of this thing. But yeah, I'll take the engine out, I'll strip it down and see what's going on with it, and I'll probably show you bits and pieces of that. If I find any problems, I'll definitely show you guys. But yeah, until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Just back at it again today. I've given it a try this morning. I pulled the spark plug out, HT lead off, spark plug out, give it a little clean up. She was jammy again. There's obviously liquid water or some goop in the bottom, so it keeps making its way around and gumming up the spark plug, but we will sort that out. I'll give her a flush out, should be all good. But I was working on that tank a while back, because obviously this is an old project now, and I heated it up with heat gun, both sides, and basically if I can remove this lid, 2 seconds, remove the lid off of it, and move these cables quickly. Oh, there's me putting the in round the wrong way. There we go. Right, so hopefully that will be my new tank location. The out is quite low, but so's the in for the fuel. If they lined up, you'd literally sit on top of it almost. So yeah, piece of pipe, fuel line, connector up. We'll see what happens. If we have problems, then I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, I don't know how. Try and move the tank up a bit more or something, but hopefully the tank is going in there for today. Like I said, I cleaned her up, the spark plug, I put some more easy start in the back. I'm going to get some fuel in a minute. Put some easy start in the back and she popped over, so it seems like she might actually have life. I did these last night. This was the original foot peg I'd done for it. Obviously it was a chopper before. I thought you'd only need 1 foot peg, you're not bouncing around all over the place, whereas this is now a trike and possibly off-roadable. I thought it'd be better to add these in there for the boy. I've got the other one put partially in, and I will add the extra pieces in later. No, these are not straight and level with each other, but I've done that on purpose. Oh, sorry, camera angles. Yeah, I've done that on purpose. I just thought it'd possibly give her a little bit more grip, and at the end of the day I can put some mesh between it and the different angles will grip on the bottom, you show a bit better. But yeah, it works, it fits my foot, and I fully stand on it. So yeah, strong enough for now. Don't know what it'll do over the bumps, but it's not really going to be me riding it, so yeah. But I'll bring you back on when I have got some petrol and the tank is on. I'm just going to make some little mounts up for it and just whack the tank on nice and light. But we need to adjust the chain, and we need to make an extra fitting for that. This to here, it's just bit of metal, 2 holes, 2 bolts, done. It's for the exhaust. I could put it over, but I'm not putting that strain on the can. it'll only crack when I'm riding it, or my boy's riding it. I need to link up the kill switch. That's what this one is. Goes in right here. I don't know, I must have cut that or it broke, or I have no idea. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the brake's all on there. It's a bit lame, but it's a brake. As long as he lets off the throttle, and it should be fine. But I'm going to put the front on there. We've got the fitting over here for it, and the wheel's got the fittings in the wheel itself. There they are. So yeah, should be fine. We'll get that lot done, and I'll bring you back. I might show you some of it. Back in the shed with it. The trike is up on its end at the minute. We have one little bracket made up that needs to cinch against the frame like that, and we're going to weld that in like that. That's one little frame mount for the front of the tank, and then we will work on something for the back. I'm not sure which frame bars to come off, the bottoms or the tops. I might come off the tops because it'll be easier for removing engine later. I may also do a 2-piece bolt system for that one, so that there is a bracket in the hole. Sorry, camera angles and light. So there's a bracket that goes to the hole with a bolt in it, and then there is another bolt just further up, so that that bracket can be taken off and out the way, so the engine can have a lot more room to move up and down and in and out and all that other shit. So hopefully that'll pay off. But for the time being, we've got one in there. It's not going to stay a screw head, don't worry. Making it Allen, but then we'll make the other one for down. Where is it? Yeah, finger, right there. But we'll probably come off of these bars. Finger, damn camera angles, right, that was my fault, peeps. Yeah, probably come off the frame bars underneath here, probably maybe 2 of them, I don't know. I've only done the one this side because it's actually quite a thick piece. I just got dripped on. Grim, gooey, oily drips out the forks. It's been outside, people, for a long time, so I'm really not surprised. But yeah, camera angles on that was not the best, I apologise. But yeah, I'll get that all welded up. I'll try and get some of the other bracket made, and then I'll show you it, guys. Still at it, and it's raining, so I bought a gazebo a while back, and I've been meaning to test it out. I left the door off that side because it's closest to me else. I'm just out in the garden. There's my sides, and there's the truck, and chops through the window, and there's the chop-Trike. Well, I don't think it's going to be the chop-Trike for much longer. I think it might be the new bat-Trike of some variation of that sort. Because, you know, we've got a back carrier, and when Batman needs a lift, and you've got a back carrier, you do what you can. But when Batman wants to go play on his own, then Batman gets his bat-Trike, and he can go skate around the fields. But yeah, just having a quick look at the carb on this thing. It was a bit gummy and a bit dirty inside. It's been sat on the bench over here for a while. So you know, it's gonna be a bit dirty. But we've got a little man out here with me. I've got the light up so I can see what I'm doing because it gets a bit dark. But put these sides up. This one's got a zip in it so I can get out. There is another one for that side, but like I said, I couldn't be asked to keep going in and out the house and unzipping and zipping, and it's just nice to have these sides up. I'm not going to lie, that keeps the wind out really well. But I would just, the trike's black now, as I forgot to mention. I thought it'd be a better idea to give it a spray up, cover up all the welds, try and stop it from rusting even more than what it already had. I've added some new little foot pegs to the sides. They are both complete now. They look pretty good, I think. But I mean, the good test of it all is I can stand on them completely. Bouncing, they're strong. So if they take me, they'll take my boy bouncing across the field or whatever he ends up on. So yep, just had a little carb clean. We're going to put her back together. Push a tiny bit of easy start down her and see what happens. I'm hoping she runs. It'd be really nice because then it'll be a case of waiting until this rain stops and you guys can see it move. I'll probably end up doing a couple of burnouts with it and shit, so I'll get that recorded and definitely put that up for you lot. But yeah, until I got something better, I'll see you guys in a bit. I've just tightened up the chain. I have given this thing a pull over already once, and yeah, tipsy turvy, 2 wheels and down. Yeah, like I say, I've given it a pull over already, and it did quite well actually. It started up, sounded alright, so I give it a bit of throttle when the old chain went off, so we'll tighten the chain up, and now we'll give it another little bang. Need to rewire that kill switch, and then that feels really good actually. Woo! She's smoky in this gazebo. Glad I haven't got the other door on it. Finn, mate, can you step out there for us so it's a bit fresher air for you, mate? Thank you. So, oh, is that a loose nut? Yep, that's off the petrol tank. See? Quick rev up in the garden and shit falls off it. But that's alright, because we'll get that all sorted out. That was never tightened in the first place, but find a 13 and an Allen key. I believe, yeah, should fit. Is that a 13 or not? Ah. Okay, I'm guessing that's not the 13. There we go. Right, I've got better Allen keys and stuff. I've got socket. Got the Allen keys on the old ratchet, but I'm here with this now, so yeah, I think it's done. Let's get this top one done up. Just to cover me butt. My leg's probably right in the way of everything I'm doing as well. So, nope, that top one's tight. There we go. So I was a little worried about the old fuel system, but I'm guessing as long as it's got enough fuel in it to push it down there, it should siphon. This line is not like in petrol, so we'll get some proper petrol line at some point and put that on there because that ain't fuel safe. So yeah, but I'll get you flicked off and we will get that line for the kill switch all hooked up. The rain is actually dying off, so this might go for a little run, but we'll find out. Until then, I see you guys in a bit.
Do it. Go on.
Yeah, let Daddy do it. We'll get you an easy start full case at some point, okay?
There we go.
That's so good.
Go on then, off you jump. It's a bit too noisy for the neighbours, mate, so we'll get that chain tightened up, and when it's not...
Back in now after my little trip, my little ride on this thing. As you guys can probably tell, my chain is a little bit loose now. That's fine, I can tighten her up. I was expecting that. They always make themselves loose after like the first couple of rides and stuff. So, and with the fact that I had both me and the boy on it, and I do not take things easy to begin with, I did just jump on it and go flat out down the road. So, I mean, you know, it did really well actually. It's not got the greatest top end, but I knew that anyway. It's a mini motor engine. It's got great off the mark and get you up there shit, but it's just not fast. They do like 25. This is pretty much done. I'm going to put some lights on it. I'm definitely going to put some light fittings up the front, up the back, and then the boy can take you through the woods with me anytime. I'll get some mud guards put on the back. I'll get one put on the front because I was getting sprayed in the face coming up the road. So mud guards is a definite. Tying up the chain. Possibly a roller, like some sort of chain roller, just to stop the slap in the chain. But apart from that, she actually starts out quite easy. Years ago when I was peeing around with this, I must have literally had the wrong oil mix. Or I have no idea. It never used to start. I sat there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours before trying to start it and nothing. But yeah, now she runs, as you guys saw in the footage, she runs quite well, especially with 2 up. So, you know, I can't argue with that. But for now, guys, that is me out. So like, subscribe and share, and have a good day, guys.